Welcome to Hometown Politics, Dillon County Edition. I have with me today Mr. Cedric Page. How we doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for having me.
You are running for District 7.
Yes, sir. Dillon County Council District Number 7.
District 7 for the County Council. You know, what are you looking forward to, I guess, in the campaign trail to Election Day?
Well, the main purpose is to serve the citizens of Dillon County. I mean, it's not about me. It's not about, my goal or what I want to do for, being a county councilman. Is that I see there's a need for a change in Dillon County politics. And the main goal is to serve the citizens of Dillon County.
Absolutely, absolutely. And how long have you been in Dillon? Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I was born and raised in Dillon. I've been in Dillon my whole life. Born and raised here, went to South Elementary School, matriculated up through the school system. Went on to Gordon. And the unique thing about Gordon Elementary is after the summer of my sixth grade year, some of us were summoned to take an IQ test. So as a result of the IQ test, we were the inaugural class for the Gifted and Talented Education Way for Dillon. So we was part of the first class for Gifted and Talented. Went on to the junior high school. That's when I got into music. Played alto sax. In the 10th grade, I was a drum major and played a leading role, the youngest drum major in the 10th grade. Then I went on to study at Morehouse College in Atlanta, Georgia. One of the most famous alumni for Morehouse College is, of course, Martin Luther King Jr. After I finished college there, I went on to Honda, South Carolina, where I've been there for nearly 2 decades. Served in several roles on the philanthropic group there. Also led multi-million projects there. Was over a lot of budgets. Did a lot of traveling. Been to Japan about 4 times. Spain, France, England. So I traveled the world through and by my work there at Honda. Also, I've worked a lot with the band. Adrian Wright, been band booster, president. I've headed the Battle of the Bands, which is the largest event in Dillon County. We had to stop it, of course, because of COVID, but I was over that for a number of years. Also, I started my own philanthropic group, the Gents and Ladies, where we give back to the community. We give back to the homeless and victims of domestic violence. I also serve on the board of trustees for my church, the Great Expectations Church, so I'm very heavily involved in my community. I could have left Dillon, but I love Dillon. Dillon has given so much to me, so this is an opportunity for me to give back to Dillon.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, hometown boy, yeah, got a financial background.
Yes, sir. Dillon born, Dillon bred, and when I die, I guess I'll be Dillon.
That's what we need. That's what we need. Take pride in Dillon, that's for sure. All right, and so what you said you want to give back to the community, but what really got you want to run for office? Is something in particular?
Well, as I said, I do a lot of traveling. I travel all the time, and when I travel, I try to take the positives from each community that I visit. I visit Greenville. I do a lot of traveling within the United States, and I see where small towns are accelerating. They're growing and at a very high rate. And I see the potential here in Dillon. I mean, we're in a very good spot. We have a major interstate 95 that runs straight through Dillon. It's a main corridor between New York and Miami. The train track runs straight through Dillon. We have the inland port. So I think we're at the cusp of greatness. So I think now is the time to seize the moment and to take Dillon to the next step. So that's what kind of empowered me or encouraged me to run for office.
Awesome. I agree with you 100%. For that industry and to improve Dillon, what steps would you propose to the council, or would you push for once you get there?
Well, again, it may sound cliche, but I think that the thought of being a public servant has been forgotten. I mean, when you're in office, you are there to serve. Leadership is about service, not position. So I think that I attend a lot of county council meetings, and there seems to be a lot of dissension between county council members, both county councilmen and councilwomen. So I think that the main thing is to try to get along and try to put bipartisanship to the side and put the interests of the county first. We need to do a lot of things to attract businesses to Dillon County. I think one thing that we need to do is utilize the education systems that we have here. We have the technical college just up the street here. We have Northeastern Technical College. We have Florence Darlington Tech. A lot of industries that want to come to a community, they want to see how well the potential workforce is educated. So it's important that we advertise and get our communities educated so we can attract these businesses to come to Dillon County.
Yep. And you said you got a financial background and you attend these council meetings and not everybody agrees 100% on the budget. What do you think about that, and are there some things that you would like to see changed in the near future?
I think we're in a good standing financially as far as the budget. I think more so it's just about education and transparency. I think we do need to include in the budget an economic developer, a person whose sole purpose is to bring both business and industry to Dillon County. I think it's key to put that into the budget because that will help in the long run all citizens of Dillon County. But the key thing is, like I said, transparency. For example, if I go to Walmart and I buy $400 worth of groceries and the receipt says $400 and there's no line item for the ground beef and the chicken and the bread, yep. You know, for most cases, for all intents and purposes, the budget is kind of lumped together. So I think for transparency and so the citizens can see where their monies are being spent and how it's being allocated, we need line items for each item of the budget, where the money's coming from and how it's being spent.
It should definitely be transparent and itemized.
Yes.
I would agree with that.
Mm-hmm.
Clay Young just recently stated that he's no longer going to be county administrator. What would you look for in a new county administrator? What would you expect them to be able to do and have as a requirement?
I think the next county administrator, first of all, I mean, I guess it comes from my background, with my work experience. You need a clear list of roles and responsibilities, what you expect for that county administrator to do once he gets here, before you even hire him. So I think one of the main things is that he understands the community, the needs of the community, that he's an independent thinker, that he's won't be swayed by the quote-unquote good old boy system, you know, no kind of hidden agenda. And he puts the interests of the county first and foremost. So I think that needs to be outlined. As you may know, we've had a history of having a high attrition rate when it comes to county administrators. So I think that needs to be addressed. We need to, while we do searching for a new administrator, we need to ask ourselves, why is it that Dillon can't keep an administrator for a long period of time? Yep. So I think we need to simultaneously ask ourselves that question while we're searching for a new county administrator. But he needs to be an independent thinker and put the interests of Dillon County first.
Yep, I think that's a good point you just made too. There's probably a reason for a high attrition rate on that. So what are your core principles? What's going to guide you as you go throughout your campaign and then election and then possibly even serving on the council? What's your driving principles?
The same thing that drives me in life. My faith. It's not just my religion, it's my way of life. I let God lead me through everything. So
Amen.
By the Bible.
For sure. And your campaign slogan is?
A new page in Dillon County politics.
A new page in Dillon County. It's pretty clever. I like it.
Thank you.
And so what does that mean to you, turning a new page in Dillon County?
Well, it's based upon the principle that if you continue to do the same thing, you get the same results. By definition, that's insanity.
Right.
So in order to get different results, you need to do something different. So I suggest we turn a new page, Cedric Page. Yep. You know, and I have new, fresh ideas. I have no hidden agenda. I'm by no means wealthy, but I have a decent living. I don't need any kind of under-table money. Yep. I just want what's best for Dillon. Dillon has given so much to me, so I think it's time that we give back to Dillon. And we do these things some of the things I have outlined, I think will make the quality of life better for all citizens of Dillon. I don't care if you're white, black, young, old, man, or woman. I'm not for any specific race, gender, age. I think we all can do better, and as a result, we all benefit from it.
Absolutely.
And I would like to say one other thing in regards to, there's a hot topic about the redrawing of the district lines. You know, there's a current map out, and you can get that map from the Dillon County, the Dillon Herald, and also the proposed map. So I understand that there's a proposed map for the proposed district lines, but what I don't understand is the rationale for drawing the district lines because there was a decrease in the census numbers between last census and this census was 10 years ago. So I would urge each and everyone to please attend these county council meetings. There's going to be a meeting actually today on the redrawing of these district lines. And there's going to be another public forum on February the 9th. That's Wednesday, February the 9th at 5 p.m. So if you have any questions or any concerns or any input, please attend these very important meetings because this will affect where you go to vote and who your county councilman or councilwoman will be. So I would strongly urge you to do that. And I would strongly urge you to vote in this upcoming election. It will be the first Tuesday of June, but early voting starts on May the 9th. So you can start voting then. And I would suggest that if you're not registered to vote, please get registered to vote. And that's just part of the process. Just don't register to vote, actually go vote. And I would suggest don't wait till voting day because you may have to work late and the emergency may come up. So why not go vote early? So I would strongly urge the citizens to do that. If you have any questions about me, I'll answer them. You can contact me via Facebook, my Facebook page. I have Instagram as well. Please, ma'am, please, sir, contact me. If I don't know, I'll find out. I don't know anything, but, we all learn this thing together. And I appreciate your vote.
Well, Mr. Page, thank you for coming on.
All right,
and I wish you good luck in your campaign.
All right.